So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you guys how to create a texture or a livery for a vehicle. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and go to where I keep my cars. And we're going to go and we're going to get a template. And so we're going to take this, we're going to open it, right inside of Photoshop. Everything's nice. It's all drag and drop anymore. So we have this. This is for Captain 14's charger for his sheriff replacement pack. Now, as you can see in Photoshop, there's many different things that we can start off with doing. I normally start off with a new layer. And then we come into this new layer, and I'm going to take my color picker, and just because of the color I would like the car to be, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Understand with your layers, all this is going to do is do this. So if you need to actually work in this space, you can just come over in the right corner where the layers are, and you can just turn it off. And then we're going to go get a symbol. We'll take something simple because this doesn't say anything specific on it, so it doesn't have anybody's name on it. Nobody's got to get all upset about it. And then again, we just come back in here to where I saved it. And then we just kind of pull it into here. And it'll open up in its, or it'll just come right into here, which is fine. And then we just take our quick, I like the quick selection. Some people like the magic wand. Really just depends on what you like. And we're just going to go in here. And I'm going to go into a new layer. We'll just call this symbol. And then what we're going to end up doing is we're going to click this nice little button right here. Okay or not. We're going to do that. So, I mean, I'm not being perfect with this. I'm just giving you guys a broad idea. I have ones that I am working on that obviously I go a little bit more in detail with. This does not look like something I would want to put out, but you understand how it works. You take the selection tool, you select what you would like, go into a new layer, and then make sure you are on the layer that has the image, and then you press this and it will rip it off whatever layer it's on. And then, just for the sake of this, we're going to say we would like this nice big old to go right about here. However, it's a little too big. No problem. Control T. And we can go ahead and manipulate it how we want. However, I don't want it to look all like stretched out like this. Oh no. So we're going to hold shift and we are going to increase and decrease and it will just keep its size. So we're going to make it just about like that. And then we're going to click on it or double click on it or just click the check mark. And we're just going to put that right there. So now what it looks like is just like this. And in fact, I can come over here and I can take this layer and I can duplicate this layer and then I have a second one. So now I can come right over here and I can place it right here. Now let's say I would like a huge stripe right down the car. So go ahead and I do this, make my little selector, and then I do a nice little Alright, there we go. Okay, so I just need to put it on a new layer. So when you do that, put it on a new layer. And then we can choose our foreground color, or we can go in here, we can do color. And it'll give us a color, and let's say for the sake of this, I would like it yellow. Say OK. And now I can just come out of the deselect. And then I go back here, and I do my free transform. Now when I do this, I can hold shift, and it'll remove appropriately. Or, if I hold control, it'll let me do it just like this. Or let's say I want it to be something like that. Another option that we have is, my apologies, I just threw the just threw my mic everywhere. So what we can do is we can come down here over here to where this pen tool is, and there's a couple different options. If you hold, when you left click, if you hold it, it'll come up with the pen tool, the freeform pen tool. Now the difference between this is the pen tool is I make a mark here, and then I make a mark here, but then I decide, you know, if I want it curved. And I set my own anchor points. And then what I have to do from here is I can define my custom shape, but I definitely have to create a vector mask if I want to be able to do anything with this. And then I can fill its path, and we're going to go ahead and we'll put it as white. However, I don't know why my other one just disappeared. Okay. Future lesson for anybody who's trying to do Photoshop. Always do everything on a new layer, because what I just did is I created two vector masks on the same layer, so it kind of just overwrit the first one. So now I'd have to go back and I'd have to redo this. And I get to go through this fun process, select mask, and it's being selected masked, oh goodness, on a new layer. Go in here and fill, and then our color, and then I want it to be yellow. Say OK. And then Control D will deselect it. And that's when I can come in here. I can select this, and then I do my transform again. And then we're just going to go ahead and kind of manipulate this a little bit. We'll just make it seem kind of, I don't know, funky. Just kind of give it some type of thing. And then we go in here, well, okay, yay. Now that I'm clicked on this, which by the way, from here, move it. Or I can come here and I can select layer, or I can come down here, right click, and duplicate layer. I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to bring it down here. Oh no! Stacy, it's the wrong way! Well, that's okay too, because we have an edit, we have a transform, and a free transform. And our transform will allow us to flip it horizontally, or vertically, or 180 degrees, or basically anything you want it to flip. And then we can also come here to this layer, which if you click on it, and then you try to move it, that's how I always know which layer it is. Or you can just come down here, click on whatever layer you're looking for, which probably makes it easier because I can just click on this, makes it disappear and reappear. And then I can just come down here, I can duplicate this layer. I'm not too worried about what I'm naming it right now. Then we're going to do a transform, and we're going to flip that one as well. Maybe. Edit, transform, flip. Ah, okay, I see what it did. And so now I have a little something of a varying degree of a design. It's not what I would call a great design, but it is the design. And with it being a design, what we can do from here is we can see how this would look with our, just like this. Now, what we're going to do, because I'm going to make another video, I'll put that in my other video. I'm going to show you, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we'll do a file, save as, and we'll just do it in our pictures to be simple. And we're just going to take this, so we're going to do a file, we're going to do a save as, we'll just go somewhere easy. Now, when you guys save this, you want to save this as a PNG or a JPEG. I like to stick with the PNG, but that's just me. And then the name really does matter. So we'll just save it like that for now. I'll do none, none, and then we can just exit out of this. In my next video, I will show you guys how to install the Livery so that I don't